Hello friends, in this audio video tutorial we will going to learn about the shear wall. Shear wall is very important element in residential building. Also this is the theoretical topic, so listen this clip very carefully so that you can understand about the shear wall. Shear wall are especially important in high-rise buildings. In residential buildings, shear walls are external form, a box which provides all of the lateral support for the building. It resists lateral load, seismic load, vertical forces due to gravity. It also reduces lateral sway of the building. Shear wall also provide large strength and stiffness to the building in the direction of their orientation. Shear walls are rigid vertical diaphragm transfers the load into the foundation. Now the classification of shear walls. Shear walls are classified into following types. First, simple rectangular types and flanged walls. It is also called as barbell type shear wall, coupled shear wall, rigid frame shear wall, framed walls with filled frames, column supported shear walls, and core type shear walls. Now we will see architectural aspect of this shear wall. First, shear wall provides large strength and stiffness which reduces lateral sway of building. It also reduces damage to the structure and its content. Second architectural aspect is overturning effects are large. So design of foundation required special attention for this type of shear walls. Shear walls are movement resistant frame must be provided along the other direction to resist strong earthquake effects. Special design checks are required in order to carry the horizontal earthquake forces. Now, application of shear wall. Shear walls are not only designed to resist gravity or vertical loads, but they are designed for lateral loads of earthquake or wind. Shear walls are structurally integrated with roofs or floors. The other lateral walls running across at right angles, thereby giving the three-dimensional stability for the building structures. The shear walls have to resist the uplift forces caused by the pull of the wind. Shear wall have to resist the shear forces that try to push the walls over. Walls have to resist the lateral force of the wind that push the wall in and pull them away from the building. Shear wall structural systems are more stable. Supporting area with total plans area of building is comparatively more, unlike in the case of RCC frame structure. So here comparatively area required is more. Now functions of shear wall. First is the strength and stiffness. Strength. Shear walls must provide the necessary lateral strength to resist horizontal earthquake forces. When shear walls are strong enough, they will transfer these horizontal forces to the next element in the load path below them, such as other shear walls or floors or foundation walls or slabs or footings. They are the base of the shear walls. Then stiffness. Shear walls also provide lateral stiffness to prevent the roof or floor above from excessive side away or excessive side sway. So this is the stiffness function. When shear walls are stiff enough, they will prevent floor and roof framing members from moving off their supports. So movement is controlled by shear wall. Also, buildings that are sufficiently stiff will usually suffer less non-structural damage. So if your building is structurally stiff, then it will suffer less non-structural damage. So here movements of different elements are controlled by this shear wall. Now design. Some design aspects. A thickness of shear wall should not be less than 150 mm to avoid unusually thin section. The minimum reinforcement in the longitudinal and transverse direction in the plan of the wall should be taken as 0.0025 times the gross area of each direction. Then there should be uniform distribution of steel. This helps in controlling the width of inclined cracks that are caused due to shear. As you know, because of shear, the inclined cracks are developed in the structure. So to avoid this, here we need to decide width of it is controlled by uniform distribution of steel in the shear wall. If the wall thickness exceeds 200 mm, the reinforcement should be provided in 2 layers. As you know, minimum thickness should be 150 mm, and if you exceeds its thickness beyond 200 mm, then reinforcement should be provided in the 2 layers. Each bar running in both the longitudinal and transverse direction in the plane of wall. The use of reinforcement in 2 layers reduces fragmentation and premature deterioration of the concrete under cyclic load. The maximum spacing of reinforcement in either direction should be lesser than length divided by 5 or 450 mm, whichever is less. The diameter should not exceed 1/10 of the thickness of the web. So in web type shear wall. Now forces acting on the shear wall. Shear wall resists 2 types of forces: shear force and uplift force. Shear forces are generated in stationary buildings by external forces like wind and waves. Now uplift forces greater on tall short walls and less on low long walls. So uplift forces are greater on tall short walls and less on low long walls. Here means uplift forces are greater on tall short walls. So thickness of wall is less. Bearing wall have less uplift than non-bearing wall. Bearing walls have less uplift force than the non-bearing walls. Equal length shear walls should be placed symmetrically. So equal length shear walls should be placed symmetrically so that distribution of forces will be symmetrical. It can also provide in interior if exterior wall can't provide sufficient strength and stiffness. Now comparison. Load bearing masonry is very brittle material. Due stresses such as shear, tension, torsion caused by the earthquake, the conventional unreinforced brick masonry instantly collapse during the unpredictable and sudden earthquake. The RCC frame structures are slender. When compared to shear wall concept of box-like 3-dimensional structure, it is possible to design the earthquake resistance RCC frame. It requires extraordinary skill at design, detailing and construction levels, which cannot be anticipated in all types of construction project. Even moderately designed shear wall structures not only more stable but also comparatively quite ductile. During very severe earthquakes, they will not suddenly collapse, causing death of people. So causing less effect to the properties. They give enough indicative warning such as widening structural cracks, yielding rods, offering most precious movements for people to run off the structures. So firstly, shear wall structures will give the warning. So in the warning they will give widening of structural cracks, yielding of rod, so that the movement can be done for people or for material. For structural purposes, we consider the exterior wall as the shear resisting wall. This is most important. For structural purposes, we consider the exterior walls as the shear resisting walls. Now, forces from the ceiling and roof diaphragm make their way to the outside along assumed path, enter the walls and exit at the foundation. So, this way the load transfer takes place in the shear wall. Now, advantages of shear wall. Shear wall is thinner walls, they are lightweight, they are fast, their construction time is fast, they show fast performance, they have enough well distributed reinforcements. Cost effectiveness is also one of the advantage. It minimizes damage to structural and non-structural element, as we have seen during the function. It causes less and also it will give warning before failure. Now the conclusion. Thus, shear walls are one of the most effective building element in resisting lateral forces during earthquake. Second one, by constructing shear walls, damage due to effect of lateral forces due to earthquake and high winds can be minimized. Shear wall construction will provide larger stiffness to the buildings, thereby reducing the damage to the structure and its content. Not only its strength, in order to accommodate huge number of population in a small area, tall structures with shear walls are considered to be most useful. Hence, a developing country like India, shear wall will be a backbone to our construction industry. Now, advantage of shear wall in RCC building. So, first is easy to construct, it is easily implemented at site, it is effective in reducing construction cost, it minimizes earthquake damage to structural element, non-structural element like glass, windows, building contents. So here, this is the whole information about the shear wall in construction, their advantages, their design, their function, their effects, and this is the necessity of the countries, developing countries. This is the necessity of developing countries. So this is the theoretical topic. So please listen carefully this clip so that you will get the knowledge about the shear wall. Thank you for listening and watching. If you like this, please share it and subscribe the channel for more such fruitful and knowledgeable videos. Thank you.